Hey everybody, this is Tom, otherwise known as Scary Spikes, and welcome to another Star Citizen video. Today we'll be talking about 5 tips and tricks that you can use in your daily life to make your life a bit easier in Star Citizen. This video is aimed at beginner and advanced players alike, so make sure to stick until the end of the video to get the most out of it. If you like what you see and you enjoy the content, please let me know by leaving a like, subscribing, it's free, and also ringing the bell so that you never miss a video in the future. We also have a brand new join button, which I'm so proud of. We just recently launched this to allow our viewers to support me a little bit more directly for those that would like to, and by doing so you can get some really cool perks. More info in the description below, and you can also click on the join button just to the left of the subscribe button to get more information. Also, before we start, I'd like to let you know that I stream on Twitch Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern. We also have a brand new Discord for all of our community members to come and hang out, and we would love to see you there. All the links are in the description. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. It's pretty common knowledge that if you're playing Star Citizen, you might need a little bit of help. And of course, coming to this channel is a great way to start, but maybe you're looking at SC Trade Tools to help set up your next trade route, or you're situated at New Babbage and you're looking at Oracle Games to figure out what your new loadout will be. In any case, you're probably going to be doing quite a bit of alt-tabbing, and if you're in full screen mode, that's not only going to cause quite a bit of flickering, but it's also going to take a bit longer. In order to solve this problem, we're going to go into the settings menu and are going to make things a little bit faster for ourselves. Start by pressing escape, go into the options menu, and under the graphics, you want to go down to where it says window mode. From here, you want to select the drop-down menu and switch from full screen to borderless mode. What this is going to do is it's going to give you the full range of your screen from corner to corner, and you'll be able to see your full screen just as if you were in full screen mode. But now, if you switch between windows using Alt-Tab, you'll notice that you actually switch very quickly, and you don't have to wait for the game to reload when you come back into Star Citizen. This can save you a little bit of time, and add it up, it can really go a long way to help make you a little bit more efficient with your trade routes, as well as whatever else you happen to be doing in the verse. My second tip also has to do with something that you do quite often in Star Citizen, especially in patch 3.12 where there's a bit of a bug going around with this. Of course, I'm talking about putting on and taking off your helmet. The best way to do this is to bind a key to it, but usually you would have to find yourself pressing the F button and holding it, clicking the right mouse button to open up your inner thought menu, and if you haven't already done it from this menu, you won't even see this here, so you'll need to go over to Actions, Item Actions, and then Helmet, Equip or Unequip. Once you've done this once, you should be able to see it in the quick wheel, but there's actually a much faster way to do this. Again, we're going to regress back into the options menu by pressing escape, going to options, going to keybinds. On the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, we're going to click on this button to customize our keybinds. Then we're going to scroll down to where it says on foot, all. Go ahead and click here and keep scrolling down. And right here, you have an option to toggle a button in order to equip and unequip your helmet. So go ahead and select that option, double click. I'm going to use the H button. It seems to already be bound, but I'm okay with that. Just going to press OK and yes, and back and return the game. And now if we press H, we can simply remove and re-equip our helmet with ease. This is really helpful because, as I said, there is a bug going around where you may or may not spawn without a helmet, and if you run out, especially if you're on one of these stations over here, and to get into your ship, you'll find that you'll probably starve of oxygen and end up dying as a result of not having your helmet on. It's something pretty easy to overlook, but this is just a really quick way to take off and put on your helmet. If you own an Aegis, Vanguard, Harbinger like me, or any other ship that has multiple types of missiles and potentially even torpedoes, then this next tip will really be helpful to you. First of all, this is the missile loadout that I currently have on my Harbinger, and if we go down here, you can see that we are currently in the weapons menu. So in order to be able to access this, you would first need to change one of your MFDs to the weapons menu. The default tab would actually be this first tab where you can get a basic overview of how many missiles or torpedoes you have on your ship, but in order to actually get a more detailed view, you would need to go into the actual missiles tab. Now you can see that we have a few different missiles and torpedoes here, so we have the Arrestor 3s, we have some Dominator and Ignite 2s, as well as the Stalker 5 torpedo. The usual way of switching between them would be just to click on this priority button and hope that it works. But you'll notice that if we click on the Stalker 5, for example, even if we do it multiple times, it still says Arrestor 3 here in our heads-up display. It's really not changing over, so even if it did work, this would be a much slower way of doing it. As you can imagine by now, there is a much faster way. Let me show you. Hit Escape, go to Options, click on Keybinds, go down to this button as before, and you'll want to go down to where it says Flight Missiles. Click on this, and then you'll see here that it says Cycle Missile Type. You'll want to set this to a button of your choice. I have it set to my home key, and when you've done that, you can actually cycle all of your missiles worry-free just with a press of a button. This is really helpful, especially if you're in the midst of a fight and you don't have time to go into an MFD and fiddle around with it, especially if it's not working properly. So this is a great way to change your missiles on the spot and be prepared for whatever battle you happen to be in. Whoops, caught me looking. The next tip is going to be for all of you old and forgetful types, just like me. I often forget where my ship is, and it's often a pain in the ass and causes me to have to run all the way back to a terminal just to figure out where it is. Now, you can of course see that in the terminal, but if you're not lucky like me and you're not currently at Everest Harbor, where the elevator is literally right behind the ship retrieval console, and you happen to be in a place like Lorville, which is a bit of a run from the consoles to get to the elevators, then you might find yourself having to run back if you've forgotten where your ship is to see exactly where it is. So over on the left here, we'll see that the name of the ship is there. We can see that it's on a pad. This might also say that it's in a hangar, and then this will tell you which pad or hangar it's on or in. Well, if you happen to already make it to the elevator and you have no idea where your ship is, or you've just simply forgotten and you've already pressed a button, what you'll notice is that there is a little indicator over on one of the edges of your screen. Now this might be on the left or the right depending on the orientation of your elevator and where your ship is, but if you look over to the right, this is something that they've incorporated in 3.12, which is really helpful. Now we've already had ship markers to give you an idea of where your ship is in a given direction, but this is brand new. It actually tells you exactly the pad or the hangar that your ship happens to be on or in. This is so helpful because if you're in a different landing zone, like for example Lorville, and you've already run over to the elevators, it can be quite the pain to run all the way back, look at the terminal, see where the ship is, go back to the elevator, wait for it to come up again since somebody probably has already taken it, with any luck they haven't. But in any case, it's a lot of time for you to spend just to go and see where your ship is if you haven't already remembered, or if you were distracted and you just completely forgot, like it happens to me all the time. So by looking at it here, we can see that it's on pad 2, and then we can waste no time and simply go ahead and click on pad 2, and we're on the way. The next tip, since we're already in the elevator, is pretty cool. Now, it's not going to work for the pads on Everest Harbor, but if you happen to be anywhere in a station or a landing zone where you have a larger ship that happens to be in a hangar, you can actually contact ATC directly from the elevator. As you can see here, we're still able to contact Everest Harbor ATC even though we're not even close to the ship. And by doing so, you can actually have them open the door for you in a hangar, and that will make it much easier for you to get out and won't have to spend time contacting them while you're there. Sometimes in space stations like this, it can take quite a while for the elevator to get to the particular pad because it's quite a large space station. Of course, this is not going to work on pads because you don't have a door obstructing your pad. You can just go ahead and leave. But if you happen to be in one of the larger stations or one of the larger hangars with a big ship, or you happen to be on Lorville or Area 18 or something like that, you'll find that this is a really helpful tip to get you to spawn your ship and then immediately while you're traveling via the elevator to your hangar to open the door so that you can get in your ship and to be on your way. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to let me know by leaving a like, subscribing, and ringing the bell so that you never miss a video in the future. Where's my ship? If you have the capacity to and would like to support me a little bit more directly, you can do so by joining our brand new member program. You can do that by clicking on the join button just at the bottom left here beside the subscribe button under the video, and that'll give you some information about all the different cool perks that you can get for becoming a channel member. Of course, we also have an amazing community here at SSP Gaming, and you can join us on stream and chat with our community live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. Link in the description, as well as join our amazing Discord community, which has been created for you. Where am I? which has been created for you to come and hang out with like-minded people, really nice folks who want to play games, chat with you, and help one another. I would love to see you all there. Again, links in the description. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.